When you come to the core links page, or actually even a book page, and you go for book specific links, what you find is that we only offer a certain number of services here. And we've been getting requests for different services. For example, one person had asked, can we do all romance ebooks in here? And when you think about that, that's going to make this very unscalable because there are lots of services out there that do different things. And so trying to add all of them in here is pretty tough. One of the things that we had done originally was add a user-defined link, which works okay on a per book basis, especially for things such as sending people to your newsletter, for example. But when you're trying to send somebody, let's bring this up as an example, to this book, and I just picked these books by random, essentially what you're going to see is that each one of these has their own specific ID. Like this one has this ID, and then I'll open another tab and you'll see that this ID is different than that one, and so on. And since we don't support that natively, we had to come up with a way to allow you to still add these, and not just on this service, on the All Romance service, but on any service you decide to do. So what I'm going to do is show you a couple examples of how you can do this. So we're using core links just so we can, put it across multiple books and you can kind of see what's going on. But if we click on user defined, and let's just say we're going to call this Amazon Romance ebooks, okay, just like the name of it. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy the entire URL from the page that we're on, and I'll paste that in there. And then you'll have to kind of understand these different spots. So we're not going to be able to go through every single service out there, obviously. So you have to look for these unique aspects to these services that show you where the IDs are. So this is something you'll have to do a little bit of research on your own for each different service out there. But in this example, it's pretty clear that the place that's unique to each book is between the slash after the .com and the .html part. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to delete that, and we're going to put in what's called a tag. And the tags are going to be, we're going to use braces for tags. So you'll use a left brace and a right brace, and then you can put anything that you want to inside of there, except for things such as ampersands and question marks and such. So what we'll do as an example here is, and also make sure that these tags are unique for every service that you want to use, so that way they don't, you don't end up getting the wrong data put in. So for example here, since we're doing Amazon Romance ebooks, I'm going to put ARE, and then just to make it even more unique, I'm going to put -ID, and that way I know that that's what this is for. And then under destination page, I'm just going to put book, I'll just put book page. Okay, so this value, we're going to need to have this value. So remember what this is. And I always try to name things that, are kind of like acronyms. So ARE, that's why I put ARE. And then I put -ID just so I remember what it is in there. And you can copy this if you want, or you just, remember what it is based upon the link name. So we'll say add new core book link. And we'll see that the link is up here. Okay, there aren't going to be any affiliate IDs to it because it's user defined. So let's go over to books. And this one's called Spellweaver, and this one's called Project Ordell. So I'm going to say Spellweaver. And then we have this new field down here called user-defined tags. Now I'm not going to go through and put Amazon ASIN numbers. You already should know how to do that. But so I'm going to go ahead and open the tag just like I had in when I created the core link. And so I'm going to type in ARE-ID. And then close that bracket around it. So you'll notice it's exactly the same. Next, I'm going to put an equal sign. And then I'm going to go and grab the value that we know is unique. And I'm going to paste that right there. And that's it. So I'm going to say add book. Now at this point, we can see that, we don't have a cover because I didn't put an ASIN number, but you can see that it has a core link called Amazon Romance eBooks. It's a user defined. It'll take us to the book page, and it gives us our link. And if we click on the view edit, we'll see exactly what page it's going to take us to. Or obviously you could just click on the link and open the new tab, which should take us exactly to the page that we want. So now I'm going to take the Project Ordell, and I've already highlighted that unique value, so I'll just copy that. And so when I go back to books and I add a new book, I type in Project Ordell, all I have to do is come down to this area, type in AREID, because that's what we called it, equals, and that value, I say add book, and here's this. So now when I click on this link, it's going to take us to Project Ordell. So you can see that you'll be able to do that. So let's take this a step further. Let's say, well, what if I want to have multiple values on it? So I'm going to use just the standard Amazon layout for this. So let's go over here to Core Links and user defined, and I'm going to say Amazon test. Okay, and so again, I always would like to start with copying the main link. That way I know what areas to replace. So we know that this is our ASIN number. So I'm going to type in Amazon ASIN like that. And then I'm just showing you this, that you can do multiple. So here under tag, I'm going to put affiliate ID. Actually, let's make that more Amazon affiliate ID like that. So there you go. So now you can kind of see the two different things. And I'll say again, book page under here, and we'll do this. And so now we see Amazon test is now listed there as well. So if I go to one of the books, let's just, we'll take this one here. So here's the Amazon test. Now, I don't have to go in here and do any editing on this specifically, but I do have to edit the book. So, oh, this was something that I had in here before, so let me delete that. Okay, so we're going to say Amazon, ASIN equals, and I'm doing this because I want to show you how to do multiple entries in one spot, because there's a little trick to it. And then I'll put the ASIN number. And now the separator that we need to use is what's called a pipe. And it's typically over your return key or your enter key, and it's above the backwards slash. So if we see that, you'll go 2 pipes like that. And then we can put in our next one. So Amazon affiliate ID equals, and let's just go ahead and put what we have here for Crimson Myth, and we'll say, we'll just pop that in there. So now we have 2 tags that we're going to be associating to this. So we'll say update book, and then we'll come over to the Amazon test, and we'll just take a look at it and see, and you'll see that it actually did fill in exactly as we wanted. When we click to go, it should take us to that page. And you can put as many of these in here as you want. You just have to make sure that they're uniquely named and that you follow the proper format. And just again, just to show you that proper format, you have bracket, the name, bracket, equals, whatever the value is, and then you put 2, what's called the pipe, 2 pipes, and then the next ID equals and the value. And you can continue doing that through here. I wouldn't do, hundreds of them, but you can definitely do multiple ones for each one of these books. So hopefully that's helpful, and you can always feel free to ping us on the Facebook group if you need assistance. Thanks. Actually, another use case has come up that I wanted to share, so that way this isn't confusing. You can kind of see, you can utilize these for a lot more than just a standard, just one time, in other words. So you can add a bunch of these tags in here. The example that I came up with, the first one, is for BookBub. So I have a BookBub page, and it's just the author profile page. And so I'm taking the information from this book, and as you can see, after books slash, this is the unique identifier that BookBub uses, and each book should be different for this. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to copy this entire link, and I'm going to go back over to Core Links, user defined, and I'm going to say BookBub profile. I'll paste in that entire thing, and then we'll just say book page again. And so just like we did before, we're going to get rid of that. I'm actually going to cut this so I have it, and then I'm going to replace it with a tag. And in this instance, I'll just call it bookbub-id, like that. And so I'll save that out, and you can see BookBub profile is in here. And so when I go to books and edit this one, we should see that BookBub profile is indeed there. So when I edit the book, and we go down to our section for user-defined tags, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to separate that with a pipe. Type in bookbub ID equals, and that value that was sitting there, right? And so what we'll see is under BookBub Profile, if I click on this link now, it'll open a new tab and should take me to that page because it filled in that value for me. And you'll notice that it didn't mess anything up with my Amazon test link. So if we look at the, if we edit the Amazon test link, we'll see that it still has the ASIN in there. It still has the affiliate ID. And if we look at the one for BookBub, we'll see that it has the has replaced our ID for BookBub. But there's something else that's kind of cool here, and that's this. You can reuse these as well. So for example, if we take a quick peek here, we can see that we already had the Amazon ASIN number right here. It's already put in for this. So what we can do is, let's say we wanted to do our review page on Amazon. So I go there and I copy this massive link. I go over to Core Links. You can use your Divine, and I'll say Amazon review test page. Right? And now what we need to do is we need to go through here and find the ASIN number, and we can find it because it's ASIN equals, and we just put in that same value that we had before, Amazon ASIN, just like that. And actually, why don't we just do this way, test link, so we know destination page is review page instead of book page, right? So now we can see Amazon test link is review page. Okay, so if we go back into our books, we shouldn't have to do anything. We really should just be able to click this link because we've already, if we look at the edit book, we've already got the Amazon ASIN field in there. So it's already there. So now all we should have to do, whoops, I'm sorry, I went a little too far back there, is click on this test link. Now, remember, I used a different ASIN number than for this book, but if we click on it, it should take us to their reviews page for that particular one. And just so you know, we are using the right one, and that way you can see that it's actually correct. Let me grab the ASIN here for this guy. Edit the book. Oh, actually, I guess I could have grabbed it from there. So edit the book, and we'll change it like that. We'll update this, and now when I click on the book page link, it should take me to the book page. And when I click on the review page, it should bring me to the review page. So you can see that you can use the UDF tags, or what I'm calling, or user-defined tags, for a lot of different features, and it's pretty neat. So hopefully that helps you out.